Hi everyone. So welcome to the session. Today we will be discussing some few important questions which are very useful for your project management interviews. Let's move to the question 4 and see what's there. So question 4 is, suppose your fellow project manager has gone out for an emergency leave. Gone out for an emergency leave. In his absence, you are asked to lead the project. Lead the project. So in this case, you are asked to lead the project, and you realize that, and you realize that 30 resources 30 resources are working on the project. Resources are working on the project. Where will you look to find out where will you look to find out who is doing what? So in this case, it is a case-based or scenario-based question. So these type of question can also be asked to test your how you are going to manage your project. In case you are handed, if you got a project to lead in some difficult situation, how you are going to handle. So in this type of question, see where will you look to find out who is doing what? That means where you will find out which document you should refer to know that these 30 resources, these roles and responsibilities of these 30 resources, right? So you have a team of 30 and suddenly you have been handed a project and you don't know who is doing what are their responsibilities. So you can refer to a document which is created by a project managers. These documents are known as RACI matrix. RACI matrix. RACI matrix stands for, R stands for responsible, A stands for accountable, C stands for consult, I stands for inform. Okay. So responsible, accountable, consult, and inform. So if suppose you have a task, let's say, okay, let's say you are doing a website development project. Okay. So in this case, you have to, you have these features. Number one, let's say login feature. Login feature. Then comes the home page of the website. And let's say you have payment page. And resources So you can make the RACI matrix like this. The RACI matrix looks something like this. So let's say you have resources working here. John, Smith, and you have Katie. Let's say you have Samuel here. So these are the resources working here. So now you can divide the roles and responsibilities. So again, it is a nice grid method. Okay. So you can make a roles and responsibilities chart. So first, let's understand what is RACI. So a responsible means the person who will be doing the task. The task. Accountable means the person who will be accountable for completing the targets, basically. Okay. And consult means whom you will consult for any decision making. You will include this person for decision making. Decision making. And informed will be the person whose task is dependent on your task. So you need to inform that person. Okay. So you can keep send information, or you can just keep this person in CC. If you are doing the mail within the project, when you are communicating with the mail, just keep this person in CC. Okay, so that he can be informed by of every steps what you are doing in the project. So let's say login feature, I will say that John is responsible. Home page, again, Smith is responsible, and payment page, Katie is responsible. Accountable, login feature, accountability goes to Smith, consult goes to Katie, and inform goes to Samuel. Let's say Samuel is sponsor or CEO. So CEO needs to be informed. So always informed, I am keeping here. Okay. And John, here in the home page, accountability for home page lies with John. Katie is for consultation. For payment page, Katie is responsible. John can be, you can say, responsible, and Smith can be accountable. So like this, by seeing this chart, you can see it would be very clear that who is doing what. Okay. So this was all about RACI matrix. Next is the next question. Let's move on to question fifth. Fifth question is, what is epic, user story, and features? What is epic, user story, and feature? So what is epic, user story, and feature? So epic is basically, see, the client or the customer gives the requirement to the product owner. Product owner. This product owner takes the requirement. Requirement is in form of epic. Epic is basically a long form, or you can say, of a requirement. So epic can be, I can say that I can write, say, let's say it is a website development project. Okay. We are making a website, a commercial website, where a person can, where we can shop. Okay. We can do shopping, online shopping. So as a user, I want to select the items and add to cart. After that, you can write that payment can be done by using cash on delivery, or you can change this sentence. Let's say you can also change this sentence like this: as a user, it would be better. Okay, so I can also make it like this: as a user, I want to select the items and add to the cart. As a user, I should be able to pay by credit card, credit card, debit card, or cash on delivery. Cash on delivery. So this is a long form of requirement which is given by the customer. I can break this requirement into small user stories. Okay, so till here is my first user story and this one is my second user story. So my two user stories will be, I will break the epic into user story 1 and user story 2. So in user story 1, I can write: as a user, I want to add items to the cart. Here, as a user, I want to pay using credit card, debit card, and along with credit card and debit card, you can also use cash on delivery. Cash on delivery. Okay. So my two user stories are ready. So now I will break these user stories into features, and these features will be written into the document which is known as product backlog. So this is my product backlog in which I will write the, so this is my product backlog. Let me extend this. Product backlog. So in my product backlog will be, first feature will be add items to cart. My second feature will be payment by cash on delivery. Third will be payment by credit card. And fourth and last will be payment by what else we have? Debit card. So here we are done with all. I have explained you with the example what is epic, what is user story, and what are features, right? So features are maintained in the product backlog, which is the final, which is iterated or which can be changed within the project by the product owner. Okay. So this was, I hope you got the clear idea on epic, user story, and feature. Moving to the next question. How would you handle it if your team is not able to adopt agile ways of working overnight? Yes, so this is again a scenario based question. This kind of question can be asked in the interview. So see, whenever you want to implement agile in your organization,
Okay, so it cannot be applied overnight, because agile is a set of values and mindset. So your team has to be trained for it. So in order, so you have to do a practice a very gradual change. So there is a very good theory in the agile practice guide which we can implement here. Let's say if you want to bring a change in your team, step 1 would be formulate the change. Let people know that what is the change and what benefits they will get after this change. Step 2, plan the change. Plan change. You have to plan in your mind how you are going to gradually introduce the change in your team. So that planning, being a project manager, being a in agile, it would be a scrum master. So being a scrum master, you have to plan the change. Then step 3 would be you have to gradually implement the change. Give small tasks to the team, ask them to do, train the team, ask them to do. They will feel very good once they accomplish it. So celebrate their accomplishment, encourage them to do further. Step 4, manage the transition. See, when there will be a change, when you will suddenly ask your team to work on the in agile way, suddenly from predictive to agile, it is a great gradient for the team. So team has to, you have to ensure a smooth transition. You have to give them time, because once they start doing it, some people will be frustrated. They would be resistant to the change. So you have to cope up, and you have to help your team to cope up with those changes. Step 4, step 5, sustain the change. Sustain the change. You have to make sure that whatever changes you have brought, your team maintains it and use it forever, and doesn't go back to the normal original old technique. That's all for today.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.